will pick up play with no runs on the board, and it's Akhtar bowling to Taylor.
And no ball, so Australia is off the mark in the second test match. And inside edge, luckily past the off stump, and Mark Taylor make it off the mark with a boundary. He does.
Right there.
And a misfield. So maybe just a little bit wide of him. It may go to the boundary. Yes, it does.
That run rate has come about. He hoiked that one through just ahead of square, straight to the fence for 4. Short, hitting with the turn.
The Yorker, and lovely shot from Mark Taylor. Moved into the shot onto the front foot. Didn't try and hit the ball too hard. Placement was good. And at the end of the over, 4 runs from it. Australia 1 for 87.
Drop catch straight after the break by Syed Anwar at Silly Point. Got to rise above that. Short and back on that. That's going to run away very easily. Nicely timed, nicely placed. Too short. Gave him...
And there's the pull shot from Mark Taylor. And that brings up his 50. What a way to bring it up. A trademark shot for Mark Taylor. His 37th half-century in 98 test matches. He may well have been under a touch of pressure before the test match, but he really is going a long way towards eliminating that. 191 minutes, that was his 7th boundary. And he faced 124 balls.
At Karachi in 1964. And there's a glorious straight drive. Been a fascinating mix of inconclusive stuff and some glorious stroke play from Taylor. Got that beautifully. And immediately just hoiked through mid-wicket for 4. Real authority in that.
A real loosener from Souhail Pakistan.
Into the attack, and the first ball has been hit for 6. So you know that Mark Taylor's in form when he pulls the ball, and when he pulls it for 6, then you know he's in very good batting form. 97 he's moved to now. What a shot.
What a shot indeed. Souhail Pakistan, the bowler just brought back into the attack, and this first delivery too short and disdainfully dispatched to the mid-wicket boundary.
And Taylor looking for his 100, and that's far too easy a way to bring it up. So well played, Mark Taylor. He gets the standing applause of his Australian teammates. His 19th Test century, and he gets a standing ovation from the crowd as well. A good crowd here on a Friday afternoon. The Australian players jubilant for their captain. Some Australian followers who have come to this match. And what a very good innings again by the skipper. 19 Test 100. Take Ahmed to the Australian captain. That one comes in. He picks that one. Lovely shot from Taylor. He waited on that one, and the slowness of the pitch, just not the pace that Mushtaq would like. And when a man's on 120... Lovely straight run up though, but a lot of energy expended getting to the stumps. And slow short ball just pulled away effortlessly by the Australian captain. So 4 runs to begin the new spell. That is the classical warm-up delivery.
Much too short. Mark Taylor had lots of...
Two slips, no gully. And he brings out one of his favourite shots. So this will bring up his 150 for Mark Taylor. And 2 runs to bring up another milestone for the Australian captain. He raises his bat. He was dropped 2 simple catches, one on 18 and one on 27. But he has made the Pakistan bowlers suffer. 150 for Mark Taylor.
Back and off the back foot, straight down the ground. He really is hitting it so sweetly. Front foot, back foot, just laid back. And that's the double 100, the second time in his career. His teammates rise to him. Australian flag standing proudly under the Southern Cross. 9 years since his last double 100, and now in the autumn of a distinguished career, a career which some said may have ended within the last 2 years. He's defied all odds. Mentally tough. His resilience is remarkable. Mark Taylor, a double 100. Moves into the top 10 now of Australia's leading run scorers. What a wonderful achievement. Moves ahead of Bill Laurie. Moves in 5-2-4-1 at 42.
Absolutely smashed away. Got what it deserved.
A few bars been broke.
Lovely shot by Mark Taylor. He's not the classical cover driver for a left-hander, but when he gets his foot to the ball and his placement and timing right, he does it beautifully. So he moves on to 226. And he goes away. And one bounce over for 4. So the Australian captains decided to open the shoulders, and maybe we're going to see some scoring from the Australians. 2 for 414. Now singles all around the field for the Australian skipper, and there goes one of them. So Mark Taylor brings up his 250, and what a performance by the Australian captain. Brilliant performance, 250, and he joins that group of players, becoming just the 7th Australian player to score over 250. And he is exactly 250. Doug Walter scored that many against New Zealand in Christchurch. And he's joined by Mark Taylor. And it looks a pretty clear day as Taylor whacks it for 4 through mid-wicket. He goes into the 260s. 263. Mushtaq Ahmed to bowl. Taylor on strike on 298. And he gets it through. So Mark Taylor will bring up his 300. He raises his left fist in exhilaration, and why wouldn't he? And now he shows some emotion that he hadn't showed before. The Australian skipper brings up 300 in a test match. What a moment. And he will accept the genuine congratulations of a number of the Pakistan players. Mohan Khan, Amir Souhail, his opposite number, comes in from mid-wicket to congratulate him. And what a moment for Mark Taylor. What a moment for Australian cricket. It's been a long time since an Australian's made 300. And some fans who've travelled around the world stand on the court, as do his teammates. What a great thrill for the skipper. He faced the first ball yesterday morning, and he's been there over 11 hours. 30 boundaries, and the 30th boundary brought up the 300.
As Mark Taylor moves to 312, R.B. Simpson scrub his name out from those record books.
Takes it off the hip. So he joins Sir Donald Bradman as Australia's highest scorer in Test cricket, and the highest, as we said, he's beaten Graham Gooch now, is the highest scorer for our captain. And he would be aware, Mark Taylor, more than most, he can't get it past. It's the end of the over. 4 for 599. And that's the end of the day's play, with him sitting on 334. Being congratulated by Ricky Ponting, first there by Ijaz Ahmed, by all the Pakistani players. Batted for 2 days, a remarkable achievement. Young Shab Akhtar goes over to him. Mark Taylor, captain of Australia, 334.